Okay, this is my needle valves 4 video. And what I'm going to show you here, this is I use the 2.0 needle valve seats with the new K&L needle valves. And what you're going to run up against is this right here. I got a ruler in here to show. I try to put it straight up, and you can see the float's going to drag. It's either going to stick it wide open. It's either going to stick it wide open and not seat it, or it's going to lock it shut and not let any gas in, because it's going to rub. It's going to rub on the bowl. I don't know if you can see it perfectly, but this one, I bent it. I bent the floats. I bent the float front down a little bit this way, and it allows just enough space so when I put my steel ruler in here, it will clear. It will clear. It will let the float freely go up and down without dragging the front of the bowl. Here again, if I put it in here on either one of these and try to move the float up, it sticks. It sticks. It's just too close. That corner is going to drag. So on this one here, this float needs to be bent this direction so that front corner goes down. Now what I used to do was knock the front of these floats off with a file or something, and that's not the best thing to do. I try to not deform the floats, but it seems like they continue to float even with a gouge or something in them. It doesn't really make them defective. But that's one of the adjustments you will need to be done, is the front of the float bent this direction, so this is more down. You could see on this one, it clears a little bit better near the front. As the float goes up, it doesn't drag the front. You can see the needle valve inside there. It comes up just a little bit. When the float goes up, the needle valve only goes up just a millimeter or two. That's all it needs to go up to let the fuel come in. On this one here, it looks like the needle valve works. Oh, it goes way up. It doesn't need to go quite that far. And the needle valve float tang has not been adjusted yet. So when I drop it down, it's going to put it way up there, and the needle valve probably won't come up much at all. This one, it already has the adjustment on the float tang. You can see it's way down there compared to the other one. So this one's ready. I don't need to do any more to this. Needle valve comes up just that little bit. That's all it needs. The float tangs drop down there about 3/16 of an inch, not quite 1/4. This one still has the OEM bend on it. It's just a little bit, probably 1/8 of an inch maybe. And that's why that needle valve's coming way up out of there. I've not made any adjustment to this float yet at all. I hope that's not too complicated, because sometimes I can even confuse myself. But just give you an idea, there's 3 things got to be adjusted on these. The float drop tang, which you see right here on the top sticking up. You may need to bend that back a little farther so the float can come up just a little bit higher, so the needle valve can actually drop down out of the seat. Because to get it to seat, you need it, the float tang way down here, and by putting that float tang way down there like that, it tends to get to a point you don't have much travel between stop and seat. So you need to bend this float drop tang back a little bit to let the float drop down a little farther to actually let the needle valve drop down out of the seat. Okay, if you have any problems or any questions, you can email me or something. My email address you can find on my website, www.viragocarb.com, and I'll try to give you some assistance. Now this is free, of course, and I'm not giving away all my trade secrets, probably just giving you enough information to get you in trouble. So I'm going to do one more video, and that will be when I'm actually clear tube testing the fuel levels. You have a good day and good luck with this.